I've been getting a ton of Fallout First questions, partially in due to this Fallout First limited trial run that's going on. If you don't know about that, I do have a video that you can definitely check out that will go over all of that. But nonetheless, I have been getting a ton of questions, so this guide is going to take you through everything you should do if you end up buying Fallout First, and will probably answer questions you didn't even know that you had. So stay tuned. As I was saying, this video will be going over 11 tips and tricks for Fallout First. So if you had questions or you didn't even know that you had questions, this video is going to address them. Now, number one is going to sound quite strange, but it's extremely important. So make sure that you do this right off the bat, because if you don't, you will be kicking yourself later. Seriously. Now, from any main menu, either in-game or here, you just want to go down to seasons. Now, as you can see here, some people may not know what this actually is. This is your season pass. I will have tip videos that will be popping up in the top right corner, will be at the end of the video, and also will be in the comments below. So if you have questions that you're not quite sure what things are, make sure to check those out, as they'll go through that and so much more. Anyhow, what you want to do is go in here and unlock this Fallout First score booster, because this is going to help you get through the season pass. Now, there are 3 of these, so if you've already started this and you start unlocking these pages, like as you can see here, you need 7, rank 7 to get to this one. If you've unlocked some of these, you need to make sure that you go through and make sure that you're not missing out on any of these Fallout First score boosters. Like I said, there's 3. There's one here at rank 30, and the last one is going to be closer towards the ends. It's going to be right here at rank 71. So if you've gotten this far, make sure that you're getting all the way to these and actually unlocking them. They may cost a couple tickets, or they may be free, like this one and the first one. Now, the next thing you want to do, so number 2, is go through and unlock anything that you've actually had your eye on that is Fallout First, especially if you're only considering having this for a month, because you don't want to get through your month and then think that you can still unlock these and you haven't. So, the first thing that I'd always recommend that you unlock is going to be the Fallout First locked atoms. Now, this should be on every scoreboard, they used to be called scoreboards. Every season. This just changed, by the way. So anyway, what you want to do is go in and unlock these Fallout First atoms, because atoms is what you use to actually buy things from the atomic store, and they're very important, and free atoms is free money. So make sure to go through and unlock those first and foremost. Now, there are 1,000 atoms that are currently locked behind Fallout First for this season, and that's all the way through rank 100. So make sure to go through and collect those, I would say, very first, right after this 10% score boost, and anything else that you might have had your eyeball on. If I had to suggest something from this season that does not apply to all the other seasons, I'd say get the water boiler, because you definitely don't want to miss out on that one. Number 3, I will be sending you back to the Atomic Shop. Yes, the Atomic Shop. So this is where you get all your free Fallout First stuff. So definitely make sure to get this. I just didn't want you to miss out on that free score boost, because it is very, very, very important. And it's one of the best things that we get for actually being Fallout First members. Now, since that's all done with, make sure you come in here and unlock all your free goodies. Like right now, we have the West Coast Duster outfit, which is the outfit for the ghoul from the Fallout TV show. So make sure to come in here and pick that up. But the main thing that you actually want to get is you want to come down here to Fallout First, and you want to make sure that you go down and pick up all the free stuff that you normally get, like your scrap box, your ammo box. Currently, right now, you can get the Mr. Fuzzy Tinker's workbench, and you also get a Fallout First icon and emote. So these are dances that you definitely want to make sure that you pick up. And also, don't forget to pick up your Ranger outfit. A lot of players really love this thing. It comes from Fallout New Vegas. So definitely make sure to pick all these up, because you don't want to miss out on these. Now, the first question I normally get about this is, do you lose access to this if you no longer have Fallout First? No, you do not. So make sure that you unlock this first thing, so that way you don't accidentally forget to do it before your 30 days is up, okay? So, like I said, these are dances, and you definitely don't want to miss out on these, because they are awesome. While you're in the Atomic Shop, you might as well check out the Fallout First exclusive discounts that are going on. They just dropped a ton of them, so if there's something you've been eyeballing in the past that you wanted, chances are it's probably on sale currently, and you need to stop by and pick it up, like this Rest in Pieces bundle, or the Let the Good Times Roll bundle. Like, some of these are really fantastic. The Iron Mountain Anvil, these are all really good bundles, so make sure to stop by and pick these up if you've been eyeballing them, because why not get them when they're 50% off and save your atoms? The other reason why you might want to to go ahead and look at the atomic shop, is that you get 1,650 atoms every month on your renewal date. So that means that as soon as you get it, you should be getting that 1,650 atoms. Now, if you haven't, wait about 24 hours and they should show up. Number 5 is to go ahead and place down that scrap box and that ammo box at your camp. Now, some people do have different skins for theirs, and there's several that are available, but if you have those unlocked, just make sure you put down any of those, as you will be needing them. Tips number 6 and number 7 are gonna sound ridiculous, but trust me, not everybody knows this, and I hate assuming that people just know things and they miss out on all the good things that are with Fallout First or come with Fallout First. And trust me, you may want to stick around anyway, because I'm going to be giving you some more tips to actually take advantage of these 2 items. Now, that is to actually fill up your scrap box and your ammo box. So let's go ahead and just start with the scrap box here. So if you have junk or scrap on your character or in your stash box, you need to be throwing it into this scrap box now. It has an unlimited amount of storage, and so does the ammo box for scrap. And the ammo box has unlimited amount of storage for ammo. So that means that you can put as much as you can throw in here. So you could put 1,000,000 pounds of aluminum in here if you wanted to. I have 9,000. So it's probably more than any player could actually use. But just in case, I just, pick up everything. I'm a loot goblin. I can't help it. The first question I normally get asked from players about the scrap box and the ammo box is, if my Fallout First runs out, do I lose access to this? So the answer is, you lose access to the scrap box by way of not being able to put anything else in it. Okay, that means that everything that you pick up right now during your free trial or during your first month of Fallout First, that stuff you will have access to for the rest of the time you continue to play. Now, if it runs out, it runs out. Just remember that if you pick things up out of the scrap box and you do it by accident, like I accidentally took 500 pounds of aluminum scrap out of my scrap box on my PC character, and now I have like 25 pounds of freaking aluminum in my stash box, which is just horrible and pains me every single time I have to look at it. Now I got to get rid of it because we have the free trial. But anyway, basically just be careful when you're taking things out, because you won't be able to put it back in just because it was there. But you can always take it out. Now, 2 tips I'm going to give you is that you need to equip Scrapper. Now, Scrapper is a 1-star intelligence card, and this will actually help you break down items into even more scrap. So you'll get even more junk to put in your scrap box for free, basically. So if you're trying to just do it for a month, definitely make sure you have Scrapper equipped and just give up one of the things that you have on your build. The next thing I would actually recommend you do is, if you need wood, make sure that you go under luck and equip Woodchucker perk. Now, this will actually net you more wood as you collect it, and you might as well make the most out of your junk gathering while you can, especially if you're on a time limit. The other things that you should probably be aware of, and some players just don't know because either they're coming back to the game or they just don't realize, is that stable flux can actually be stored in your scrap box. Now, stable flux has to actually be made, or you can actually get it from a few of the events. They do weigh a ton, so make sure that if you are collecting stable flux that you put it in here. Now, if you come in here and actually just dump your junk, you won't have that issue. You will just automatically put it in there. But a lot of players thought that they had to, pick up a couple things at a time and then go in under each one and dump it in there. But you don't have to do that. You can just push Y for scrap and store. Now, any items that need to be broken down, they will not break down automatically. You'll have to go in and break it down. So like things like your mole rat teeth and stuff like that, you'll definitely have to go in and break it down further. Like I have bulked acid here. I can't just put it in there. You can see that the Y scrap and store is actually grayed out. If I go over here and pick up a couple things out of here and put it over there, you can see that the scrap and store is back. So just push Y and it'll go over. But that bulk acid will stay. So you'll have to actually break it down further. So it's just scrap and stash. So that's what you'll do to put it back in there. The other thing players may not realize, especially if you're just coming back to the game, is that your gunpowder is now a junk item and it will not be taking up all your carry weight if you actually have gunpowder. So make sure that you're picking up all that extra gunpowder and throwing it into your scrap box here. It used to be a miscellaneous item, if I'm not mistaken, and it used to be the #1 reason why players were over encumbered, or over cucumbered as I like to say. Now let's move right on over to your ammo box. So your ammo box is exactly the same. It has unlimited amount of storage, and you're going to put all your ammo in there. Now, one thing that you do need to realize is that you cannot put grenades in here. Grenades are not ammo. Players always ask, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, you cannot put any grenades in there. The other thing that you're going to realize very quickly is that you cannot put any cores in here. There are no cores in there. And as you can see, I didn't have any in my inventory to actually throw over there. So when I go over here, you can see I have a ton of plasma cores, fusion cores, and even ultrasight fusion cores. Now, if you are actually playing the game and you just want to quickly get rid of any unused ammo, you can do so by just pushing Y and transfer unused ammo. So that means if you're not carrying a Tesla rifle, like sometimes I put mine away, it will take all those fusion cells and put them into the ammo box. So just be aware of that if you're one of those people that switches out your weapons. Like I do it all the time, forget about it, and then when I go to Radiation Rumble, I have to go back out to my tent and throw that up so that way I can actually get fusion cells out of my tent. The next tip I have for your ammo box is definitely going to be in relation to your perk cards. I suggest you actually make a build around building or crafting, as that definitely helps you out, so that way you have to keep on switching cards around. But the first thing you'll want to equip if you're making ammo for your ammo box is Super Duper, or if you're making gunpowder, for that matter, for the junk box. You definitely want to equip Super Duper. It is a 3-star card that you can actually get under luck, and if you have it at 3 stars, when you craft anything, there is a 30% chance you'll get double results, and that's always nice to get free thanks. The next one you want to make sure that you have equipped is under agility, and that is Ammo Smith. It is a 2-star card. Produce 80% more rounds when crafting ammunition. So this is definitely a huge advantage because you can get way more ammo than you could without it. The other thing I want you to know though is that Super Dupe does not apply to how much you actually make with Ammo Smith. It still only applies to what you actually get without Ammo Smith. The next one I would suggest that you put on is under legendary perks. Now this is going to be one that a lot of players may not be able to do, the Ammo Factory. Now you have to be able to rank these all the way up, so you have to be at a very high level, but if you have the ability to equip Ammo Factory, I definitely would suggest it. Even at 1 star, it is still a great card because it produces 50% more rounds when you craft, 75, 100%, 150 with the 4 stars. So definitely make sure that you're using this if you have the ability to do so. I just don't want you to not know that it's there. This will be the last perk card I recommend to you under ammo, and that is going to be Scrounger under luck. Now this card can be up to 3 stars, and I saved it for last because it is different, as it does not revolve around making ammo, it revolves around picking up ammo. So at 3 stars you have an 8% chance to find extra ammo in ammo containers. I have one final tip for filling up that ammo box super fast, or if you're just out of ammo in general, and that is going to be Daily Ops. Now Daily Ops comes in 2 different types, and that is decryption and uplink. Now for the purpose of this, you will want to actually be looking out for Daily Ops that are uplink. These do cycle over, I do believe, at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day, so that's an hour after the challenges change and the Atomic Shop updates. You'll want to be looking out for these. Now if you've never done Daily Ops before, you will definitely want to be looking out at the bottom right for any players that are actually inviting players to join a Daily Ops team. So anytime a Daily Ops team is formed, a little notification will pop up in the bottom right that says this player is looking for other players to join them. So you want to go in and actually join that team. Now uplink, like I said, all the enemies come to you, so what you want to do is make sure that you're just tagging every enemy that comes up. Don't try to kill them all, just try to tag as many as possible. The more you do this, the more ammo you'll get, and it's just fantastic. Now if you use some type of weapon that actually takes fuel, this is perfect. You'll never have to make fuel again. In fact, I don't recommend that you ever make fuel because it is so expensive to make. But you can do this with any weapon that you actually like to use. If you like to use ultrasight ammo, just go in and tag as many enemies as you can, and then pick up the ultrasight ammo off of those bodies. The only ammo it doesn't drop is cores, so that will not work, but at the same time you can't put cores in the ammo box, so that's why it's not a tip for that. Moving on to tip number 8. The next thing you'll want to go check out is your challenges, because as a Fallout First player you get an extra challenge. Now that means not only do you get an extra score boost, as you can see here I'm getting 338 on this score instead of, I think it's 250 normally. Anyway, you get an extra challenge every day. So that means that you can get even more score and progress through the scoreboard even faster. So today it says Fallout First, build a floor, wall, or roof in a workshop or camp 5 times to get an extra 338 score. Now these do count towards your Gold Star Daily Challenge, so if there's one of these that you really didn't want to do, you could definitely just skip it and make sure that you actually complete this one. So it's a little bit of a hack or a cheat in my opinion, because it definitely helps you out tremendously. Now, while you're here, you might want to actually look at your rerollers. Now, rerollers are something that you can use to actually reroll any of your challenges. Like if you don't feel like doing the scrap junk to produce silver, you can just reroll that. As a Fallout First player, you get 2 every day instead of 1. Every player gets 1, but Fallout First players get 2. So definitely make sure that you're taking advantage of those. And you can even just reroll ones that you don't feel like doing, or you could reroll ones that you do feel like doing, but you could get an epic challenge out of it. So instead of building a floor, wall, or roof in a workshop or camp, I can reroll it and just see if I get an epic challenge. And I didn't. Tip number 10, don't forget that you have access to a tent. Now this is the standard tent that comes with the Fallout First membership. So if you're new to Fallout First, this will be the tent that you have access to. If you look around carefully, you'll notice that there is no workbench and there is no ammo box. You have your stash box, you have a place to sleep, so that way you can get your XP buff. You have your scrap box, a cooking station, and also a place to play, so that way you can refresh your AP. Now, newer tents, like I said, have the ammo box and have a workbench on most occasions. Not all of them have a musical instrument, so that sometimes is missing. But even without it, you can actually throw this down anytime you're just looting an area. Instead of walking around over and cucumbered, you can just throw this down and throw all your junk into the scrap box here. And you can even break down items like I already showed you from here, just not armor and guns and stuff like that. So that does kind of stink just a little bit, but a lot of other players have it as well. And if you're close to a train station, you can just break it down at the workbench at the train station and just walk right on over here and throw everything in. Now, if you're interested in trying to get one of the tents, or if you want to change your tent because you actually have access to other tents and you're not sure how to do that, you just go under Fallout First, and you can go in under tents. Now, like I said, most of the tents do not have access to a workbench or an ammo box. So like tents like the Responders Medical Tent and this Holiday Survival Tent, as they are very cool, they are still the standard tent. They just are decorated up in a different fashion, and they are super cute. But if you're wanting to know which ones have workbenches, or if you want to know which ones have the ammo box, I'm going to go through that right now. I am going to leave out the one that has an ammo box and no stash and no scrap box, because that's just ridiculous. Anyway, this one right here, the APC Survival Tent, that one has a workbench in it. The Abandoned Shack has a workbench in it. The Rusted APC has a workbench in it. The Enclave Mobile Relay Survival Tent has a workbench and also has a ammo box, but it is missing a musical instrument. And the Gazebo Survival Tent has all of it. It has an ammo box, a scrap box, a stash box, a musical instrument, a cooking station, and a workbench. I do believe it is a armor workbench. Now the flatbed truck, I do believe, has a workbench, but it's missing the ammo box. That's just so you know which ones to look for. Now you can buy those in bundles that are called Fallout First catch-up bundles, but you definitely need to pay attention and make sure you're looking for those specific tents if you're trying to get one that is upgraded with an ammo box and the workbench. So like I said, your tent can also be used as a free fast travel location, as you can see here. And if you're on a team, your teammates can also travel to your tent for free. So if you're needing to go back and forth between an area and you want to save some caps, you can just throw that thing down anywhere, and that way you can fast travel back to it for free. Or, like I said, don't be afraid just to throw it up because you just got done looting an area and you're over encumbered and you want to just get rid of your junk. You finally made it to tip number 11. Tip number 11 is to not forget that you have access to private servers and to custom worlds. Private servers are definitely useful, especially if you're just trying to collect junk and you don't want to have to compete with other players. You can go into your custom server and just go in and pick up everything that you need without having to worry about if somebody else has picked it up already. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please make sure to ask them below and check out all my linked videos. Otherwise, just leave me a big Vault Boy thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one. Huge shout out to my channel members, the Deathclaws. Thank you so much for having my back, and I love you guys.